vintages represented among these wines, 2004, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so number 1 is over on the left in the front of you. And I'm just going to say this about this is called the Chateau Combe la Serre, and it's the prestige level. So now let's remember that this wine costs $10 to $12, and it's from 2006. And it is 100% Malbec, although a lot of these, a lot of wines in this category are not 100% Malbec. A lot of them add Merlot and sometimes also Tannat. I find this to have some lift to it, to have some fruit to it, to have something that isn't heavy and ponderous and just like jam, and to have a kind of attractive freshness to it. And we're going to go now to, it's called Chateau Le Crozier. It's, I tasted this wine originally at the Chateau. Now this wine also has that same acidity, but it has, to me, a little more sappy fruit to it and a little more spice. But that kind of savor quality that's almost like a little olivey, but it's not really olivey in this. Okay, so we're going to move on to the second category, and we're going to be doing number 3 and number 4. And the first one is the Chateau La Caminade, and it's a special bottling called La Commanderie. And so let's taste it. Okay, so what do people think about this 2006 Chateau La Caminade? People like it, yes or no? Yes, yes. You see that it's a little bit deeper, a little bit richer, a little bit more powerful. And let's just go straight ahead and taste the next one, too, which is on the opposite page, conveniently, page 42, and that's the Chateau Haut Montplaisir. The nose has this kind of iron, almost iron tang to it, to me. This, I think you get a good sense here of the step up that you take, that the tannins have been very tamed and they have a certain velvety quality to them, at least mine do, because mine have been poured even longer than yours. I think that the thing to me that is so different from Argentinian wines is that even though these have this tannin and they have this richness, they don't. Do you know how some Argentinian wines are a little bit heavier than this? You don't have that something perking up your palate that you do with this, largely because of the acidity. Let's take number 5, Chateau du Cèdre. I think is a really interesting wine, the Chateau du Cèdre, and again, this is 2004. Now, to me, this is has much more complexity, much, a real sort of violet nose on it. It's got that's a very typical thing in Cahors. It still has that lift. Again, I would say this wine is not quite as good as their 2005, and I was completely wowed by their 2005. So this gives you a sense of what something really well made in Cahors is. The next one, which is number 6, is on page 77. It's Chateau de Haute-Serre, and it's a particular cuvée called Géron d'Adine de Haute-Serre. And that is these are all, by the way, 100% Malbec. And I think what you'll get in this one, is more spice. Plenty of tannin there. This is a 2005. White pepper. I really agree with that. Very peppery. This one I found really needs time in the glass, but to sort of open up. So you may want to, we'll just sort of move on, and then you could go back to it. The third one is the 2004 Le Laquais, and it isn't in your book, and that is a special cuvee and from Biodynamic Vines. 2004. Now, you have three examples here, two 2004s, one 2005. And do you see how different these three wines are? I mean, they have a mineral element to them that, to me, takes them in a particular kind of direction from Argentinian Malbecs. The third one has this texture that I think is really just splendid. The guy who makes it is a terrific winemaker. He, on the other hand, does not have like a lower level, a higher level, a super high level. He only makes each of his bottlings comes from a specific vineyard with a specific kind of soil. So this is from the Limestone Plateau, and what people like to say about the Limestone Plateau is the wines have more finesse.